Okay. So let's start from this bread business. So for those who are not there yesterday, just for you to catch up, so we just told that like the starting of what we call as algebra and geometry today, a significant work was done in years around 5,000 years back from now in Egypt. So you might have heard about Egyptian civilization. So that is one of the first places, even the Mesopotamian civilization, they had done some kind of system to count and all. But then it is the Egyptian civilization where they really had, some significant work in algebra and geometry. Okay. So even geometry, like it was like the Nile, they used to stay near Nile. The Nile used to flood almost on a yearly basis. And then when the flood comes, they all have to retreat and go to some other place. And when they come back, they have to measure the land which they used to own before and then take it back. That's all the shapes, the rectangles, the triangles in circle and all those things, how to calculate the area, volume and all those things came into picture. So the measuring was called metry and geo is earth. So measuring earth was like how geometry actually came. But the name algebra has come much later. The person who is considered as the father of algebra is actually an Arabian scientist. Anyone knows who is considered as father of algebra?
No, sir.
Okay, so that is one assignment. Go and have a look at it. So he used to be called as Aljaber by people from West because they couldn't pronounce his name. Okay, so it's called Khwarizmi. Miss Khwarizmi, just go and try to study and just fill out. So a good amount of science actually had come from Arabian scientists too, especially in the centuries 8 to 12 centuries. So one of the classical practical problem these people had was, we told yesterday that we used to run bakeries, so they make breads. Then people come and ask bread, like you have 2 bread and there are 3 people, so you have to cut it and give. So when you cut it, what happens is one bread you have to cut into many pieces. So how do you cut? So that is sort of like where fractions, one of the classical case of origination of fractions. So we told some very simple problems yesterday. So today we'll talk about like 3 breads. You want to cut into 4 people. There are 4 people, right? So we told the simplest method yesterday discussed, like there are 3 bread, fine. There are 4 people. What is the simplest method? Simplest method is cut each of the bread into 4 pieces. Very straightforward. Cut into 4 pieces and give 1 each portion to 4 people. So how many pieces every person will get?
3 pieces, sir.
3 pieces, right? Because every bread you are making into 4 pieces. 1 piece you give to 1 person, second the next person, third person, fourth person. Next also again the same. So everyone will get 1 each piece. What is the size of the piece which everyone will get?
3 by 4.
Are you sure?
1 by 4.
1 by 4, 3 such pieces. Everyone agrees?
Yes, sir.
Right? Everyone will get 3 pieces. Each are 1 by 4 in size. Right? Okay. So now, in total, a person will get like this: 1 by 4, 2 1 by 4, 3 1 by 4. So whatever is marked in white here is what a person will get. Right? So this is what, when you look at the picture itself, you know the size of it. What is the size of it? You are dividing something into 4 pieces. You are getting 3 pieces out of it. That is what is called 3/4. 3/4. Yesterday, one of you tell what is the meaning of numerator and denominator we established yesterday. What is denominator?
Number of pieces you cut.
Number of divisions you make, number of pieces you cut into, as Mox rightly told. So denominator represents how many divisions you are making. So you are making 4 divisions here. 1 you are making into 4 pieces. So 4 is the denominator. Right? And what is the numerator?
1 on 3.
That is right. But what is its meaning?
The number of pieces you have taken to divide.
Not the number of pieces you take in a divide, the number of pieces you get.
The
okay. So don't forget this. This is extremely important. If you haven't written it, write it on the paper. So whenever there's a fraction called 3 by 4, 5 by 8, 10 by 55, 2265 divided by 565, sin theta by cos theta, e raised to x by cos theta, any fraction. Denominator is how many divisions you are making. Numerator is of those divisions, how many parts you are getting. So if you are telling, I got 3/4 of the cake, what does it mean? Somebody has cut the cake into 4 pieces, you are getting 3 pieces. What is the meaning of 2 by 4? 2 by 4 is, you cut something into 4 pieces, you are getting 2 such pieces. You are getting 2 pieces which are of 1 by 4 size. What is the meaning of 7 by 4? Something is cut into 4 pieces, you are getting 7 such pieces. So the numerator denotes how many pieces you get. Don't forget this. Lifelong. Do you understand, all of you? All of you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that is the fundamental of what we call as fractions. So here, what happened? Here you have got a person, when you divided 3 bed into 4 people, a person has got 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. 3 1 by 4s. Right? A person has got 3 1 by 4s. So this 3 1 by 4 is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 3 into 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. What does it also mean? 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 means 3 into 1 by 4, right? Multiplication is repeated addition. So you are adding something like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 10 times. That is 10 into 2, right? Multiplication means repeated addition. You are adding 2 10 times. That is called 10 into 2. 50 into 6. What are you doing? 6 you are adding 50 times. Or 50 you are adding 6 times. Both are same. Right? So when you add 1 by 4 3 times, that is same as 1 by 4 into 3. So 3 into 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. You are only multiplying the numerator, you see. Notice that when you do 3 into 1 by 4, you are only multiplying 1 with 3, not the 4. Did you notice that?
Yes.
So I want one of you to answer why. When you multiply 3 into 1 by 4, you are only multiplying 1 with 3, not the 4. Why?
So because three can all 3 wholes can also be written as 3 by 1, and the 3 you're multiplying with the numerator 1, and the 1 denominator you're multiplying with the denominator 4.
That is right. I agree. But that you are coming from the definition of multiplication. Okay. I'm not asking that. I'm asking, you have 1 by 4, 3 pieces. So what you said is correct. What you said is perfectly right, Kavish. But I'm trying to ask you, see geometrically, you have the figure in front of you. So you have a fraction called 1 by 4. You are multiplying it with 3. You are only multiplying the numerator, 3 into 1, not multiplying the denominator. Look at the figure and see why.
If you multiply it by the denominator, then you'll be splitting the pieces further.
Exactly, because you are not changing the piece.
Yeah, the
You are
denominator, you can't change it.
The division is already done. You have divided something, and the piece is, the size of the piece is 1 by 4. The cake is divided. The size is 1 by 4. Now, what are you telling? 1 by 4, I have 3 such pieces. So that is what the numerator is all about. Numerator is how many pieces you have got. You have 3 such pieces, 3 by 4. You have 7 such pieces, 7 by 4. You have 10 such pieces, 10 by 4. So another way to look at it from an algebraic point of view is what Havish told. In an algebraic way, 3 is 3 by 1. So when you multiply in algebra, actually fractions, you multiply numerator, denominator. We will come to that later. So this, we are talking about another method to do the same thing. So previously we told one method. We're talking about another method. What is this method? So this method, what we are doing, we are cutting the the breads at the half. So now this first, there are 4 people. So you're cutting this by half and you are cutting this by half. So you have got 4 pieces and every piece is half in size. Right? And there are 4 people. So you give 1/2 each to each of the person. Right? So what is that? Everyone will get 1/2. But now 1 full bread is remaining. So what do? You cut that into 4. But now the size changes, each is 1/4. So how many pieces each person will get in this case?
2 pieces
2
of
pieces.
different sizes.
What sizes?
Half and 1/4.
Half and 1/4, right? So here you have 4, everyone will get 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, and here it is 1/4, everyone will get, right? So now share per person is everyone will get 1/2 and then 1/4. What is covered in this white is what every person will get, right? Same answer like previous only, because the same 3 breads and 4 people. Method is different. But so you get 1/2 plus 1/4. How you add 1/2 plus 1/4? There is a problem there. What is the problem? It is like this. You are telling, I got 7/3 cake from one person. And another person came and gave me 5/6 cakes. Totally how many cakes you have? So it's difficult to club both these because the sizes are different. Now, suppose somebody had come and told you, I have got 5/2 cakes, which means that person has got 5 pieces of half cake, 1/2 size, 5 pieces. I got 5/2 cakes. Then somebody came and gave me 3/2 cakes. What does it mean? I got 5 pieces which are of 1/2 in size, then 3 pieces which are of also 1/2 in size. How many pieces totally you have? 5 plus 3, 8 pieces of 1/2 in size. So 1/2 is standard. In another way, somebody is telling you have 5 mangoes and somebody is coming and give you 3 mangoes. How many mangoes you have now? 5 plus 3, 8 mangoes. But here the problem is, somebody tells, I will give you 2 jackfruits, and then somebody else comes and give you 3 mangoes. Now somebody asks you, how many total you have? Tell me in 1 unit. You can't tell in 1 unit. One is jackfruit, one is mango. Right? So
Say 5 fruits.
You can say 5 fruit, but you can't tell it in mango or jackfruit terms. Right? Because the divisions are different. So when you see the picture also, you can't tell I got 1 big piece and 1 small piece. This is what you can tell. So now, if you want to do any operation in these 2, what you have to do, you have to bring everything into common size. Okay? So now there are 2 methods. One, you can make this small one. Small one is 1/4 size. 1/4, probably you can make it to 1/2 size. That is one option. Or 1/2, you can make into 1/4 size. Which is possible? Can you make 1/2 to? Can you make 1/4 size into 1/2 size? It is not possible. A small one you can't. You have to be a magician. You have to do kulja, sim, sim, poo, pam, fee, so that small thing becomes big. Right? Can you do? Anyone? No magic here? You can make 1 into 2. 1 chocolate into 5. No one, right? Jesus Christ has done that. 5 to 5,000 people. Unless you are one, you can do it. You're not a magician, right? So it's not possible to make a small one into big one. But a big one, you can always make it to a small one. How? You can cut it. Right? So here 1/2, the big one, you can try to make it into the small size. But the small one, you can never make it into big size. So what you will do? You will try to make this 1/2, the big size, into the size of the small one. Very simple method. You just cut it into half. So when you cut it into half, what happened? What happened to this 1/2 now?
It became 2/4.
It became 2/4. Why? Because the by 2 is not there now. You made it into small piece. The size of this piece is now, this is 1 by 4. So now the size is 1 by 4, but you have 2 pieces. Before it was size was by 2. You had cut it into 2 divisions, like here, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. But here you cut it from the center so that this is becoming 1 by 4, but you have 2 such pieces. So 1 by 2 becomes 2 by 4. Do you all get it? Feel free to ask, okay? Don't feel by telling, oh, if I ask, will it be a foolish question? There's no question which is foolish. Or get all your questions, queries clarified here. This is the place to do that. No one will laugh at you. Okay? So this 1 by 2 becomes 2 by 4. Now we know. Now this problem is easy to solve. What is the problem now? I have 2 by 4 pieces, which means what? 1 by 4 piece, I have 2. That is 2 by 4. Then I have 1 by 4. So totally how many you have?
3 by 4.
3 1 by 4s, right? 2 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. So you have 3 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. So now we get into the next point. Divide 4 breads to 5 people. Okay, first one, the easier method. What we did. What is that?
Each bread you divided into 5 pieces.
Yeah, each bread you divided into 5 pieces. Very simple. How many pieces each person will get?
4.
4 pieces. Right? And size of each of the pieces? 1 by 5. So everyone will get? Everyone will get 4 pieces of cake or bread, each of 1 by 5 in size. So totally they will get 4 by 5. Right? But then here, all these problems which we discussed before comes. See, you take a bread, you see, consider a baker who's doing. If you used to cut the bread into 1 by 5, how do you cut a circle into 5 pieces? One of you?
By trial and error.
By trial and error. Okay. Math students, do you cut by trial and error?
If you have
What's
a
that?
then you can cut by dividing 360 degrees into 5.
Yeah, 360 degree into 5. So how much you will get each one? 72, right? Mind math. So you have to, over a period, you have to learn some mind math, how to do problem. That's another class. We will try to address that. So see, so what I have to have, you have to have a protractor and then keep the circle and mark 72, 72, 72 degree and cut. It's very difficult, right?
Yes.
So what will this bakers and all do? Like Moksha told, they will approximately cut. Then you might make errors.
And then people will fight.
People will fight, right? You give a smaller piece to Shivamukund and you give a bigger piece to Aditya. Both of them will fight as cats and dogs in the street, right? Yeah. So we try to learn mathematics, it will end up in a fight. So we don't want to do that. So now, what is the next method? The next method is, what is, you tell me, how can you reduce the number of cuts? One of you who has not spoken so far. How can you reduce? The previous cut, you see, each of the bread you are making into 5 pieces. So which means 4 into 5, 20 pieces. So how many cuts? So you want to reduce the number of cuts. Achu, you want to try?
Do you like cut it into like lesser pieces?
Yes. How do you do that?
Like cut it like half.
Half, okay. Cut it like half. How many people? Good, you are right. How many pieces you will make into half?
8.
8. So if you make it into half, you will get 8 pieces, but you have 5 people. How you will give 8 pieces to 5 people?
Maybe you can cut it into 3.
Yeah, that's right. So she's now coming to some point. So you cut. Let me bring what she told. Cut it into half, because cutting into half is the easiest way of cutting. Okay. So you cut the first 3. So how many pieces you get? You get 6 pieces. So you get from this 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2 to 5 people you give half. Is that okay?
Yeah, so you get 1 One
So
each
everyone gets 1/2, but then you have 1.5 remaining. Now what you will do with this?
Can you cut cut that into 5 pieces so everyone gets 2?
But 1.5, how to cut into 5 pieces? It's so difficult. You have to have angle, you have to calculate.
But it's only for one bread.
Yeah, okay. So now you see, you can cut it into by 4, right? The next one, you can cut it into by 4. So again, you have 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 to 5 people you can give, right? So everyone has got 1/2 plus 1/4. But again, you are left with one small piece, which is 1/4. Yeah? So you have to cut this into 5 pieces, right? There are 5 people. So now I am cutting into 5 people. Everyone take 15 seconds and answer in chat. Don't tell, answer in chat. What is the size of this piece? This is 1/2. This is 1/4. What is the size of this piece? See, the point is what you have to understand, one golden principle of fraction. One golden principle of fraction, what you have to understand is that you don't divide only one portion. In any fraction, you can't divide only this one portion. You have to make the same size into it. That is what we were telling before. One fraction is only having one denominator. So denominator has to be uniform in one fraction. So if you cut one fraction, one part into 20 pieces, these 5 pieces, the same size you have to make throughout, everywhere. Okay? So if this is how many pieces? 5 pieces. Then here also 5 pieces. Here also 5 pieces. Here also 5 pieces. So totally you have 20 pieces. So that is called 1/20. Okay. So this one piece is 1/20. So what will everyone get? Every person gets 1/2, 1/4, and 1/20. So now we got the same problem like before. You are telling I got 2 jackfruits, 3 mangoes, and 4 dates. Now somebody asks how many you got in total. You know, you can't tell the total. You can tell how many fruits you got in total, but you can't add mango to jackfruit, that to dates, because all are different fruits. So this is like that. 1/2, the denominator is 2, the number of divisions is 2. The cake piece, 1/2 is half of one cake. 1/4 is 1/4 of a cake. 1/20 is 1/20th of a cake. So you got 3 different cake pieces. Now, what you have to do, you have to bring everything into common size. Then only you can tell totally how many you have got. Right? Like the previous problem. So in the previous problem, what did we do? We told that, we have told in the previous problem that you can't make a small piece into a big piece. 1/20 is the division. The 20 is the smallest division. Now you have to follow with that. Because you can't make 1/20 into 1/2. 1/2 is a bigger piece. A small one you can make into a bigger piece. So now how many you have got? Let us make the diagram. You see this, whatever you see here is the actual picture of this cake now. Right? The actual picture of this cake is this. You have made so many divisions. 20 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, 20 pieces. Right? So now what is this 1/2 become? 1/2 is half. From here, half. What does it become now? The by 2 has gone. It is by 20 now.
10/20.
It is 10/20. How many pieces you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 1/20. So 1/2 has become 10/20. Do you understand? Do you agree? So this 1/2 becomes 10/20. And what does 1/4 become?
10/40.
Are you sure? There is no by 40 business here, man. There is
5
only
by
by
20.
Yeah, there is only by 20 now. There is no by 40. One fraction. One fraction is only one division.
Is it still going to be 10 times 20?
5 by 20, 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is what? 1 by 4 is this portion. 1 by 4. See this 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is this. So how much everyone has got? Everyone has got 1 by 2. That is this half. 1 by 4. And then 1 by 20. So this 1 by 2 became 10 by 20. So what happened to this 1 by 4? So this 1 by 4 has become 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of size 1 by 20. So you have 5 1 by 20, which is 5 by 20. Right? And then you have 1 by 20 also. That there is no change. Now we know how to add this. I got 10 mangoes, then 5 mangoes, then 1 mango. I got 10 1 by 20, 5 1 by 20, 1 by 20. Now it is easy to add. Because all you have brought into uniform denominator. So now you have 16 by 20. 10 1 by 20 plus 5 1 by 20 plus 1 by 20. So if the denominator is common, numerator just you can add 10 plus 5 plus 1. So this is just understand this principle, what we are learning now. What is that we have learned now? 1 by 2, something of the size 1 by 2. So how do you represent it? 1 by 2 you represent like that. Now let us assume you are cutting it into 4 pieces. What does 1 by 2 become now? What happened to 1 by 2 now?
1 by 4.
No, it became 2 by 4. It's not 1 by 4. It became 2 by 4. This is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is half of it. You have 2 pieces now. Before you had only 1 piece. But that size was by 2. Now you have 2 pieces. Each of 1 by 4 in size. So your 1 by 2 became 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 2 by 4. Right? So what are we telling? 1 by 2 and 2 by 4 are same. Right? Size is same. Only you just made a cut. You had a half cake, you just cut it in the center. But the shape is same. The size is the same. What if you make a further cut? You again cut it. What is 1 by 2 become now?
4 by 8, sir.
It became 4 by 8, right? Because now the division has changed into by 8. Denominator has changed to by 8. Each piece is 1 by 8. Now you have 4 such pieces. See, these are same. 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4 is equal to 4 by 8. This is 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 is 4 by 8. So now the principle what we are establishing is, here is 1 by 4 into 2 is this, right? 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 1 by 4 into 2. So you only multiply the numerator. Denominator you don't touch because the division will change. So this becomes 2 by 4. So any fraction, if you are multiplying with another integer, you only multiply the numerator. That is the principle we are understanding from here. Right? Same here. 1 by 8 into 4 is 1 into 4. This 8 you are not touching. That becomes 4 by 8. So this is an important principle in fraction. This looks simple because the smaller numbers. When the number becomes big, you sometimes get confused. So now, what are we telling? So we are telling 1 by 2. So listen to this here. From that principle, I am putting one more principle. Okay, just listen. So what did we say? 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4. So what did we do? The numerator and denominator, both we multiplied by 2. That's what we did. Is it not? See this 1 by 2, when you change the divisions to 4 instead of 2, when you made to 4, it is not the denominator alone which changed. The numerator also changed. Why? Because the numerator is also getting divided. When you cut this 1 by 2 into one more piece, the denominator became by 4, but the number of pieces you got also got multiplied by 2. When you cut it further, the denominator became 8. The 2 became 8. 2 into 4. You made it into 4 pieces. but the numerator also changed to 4. So that is where the principle of fraction comes. In a fraction, you multiply the denominator and numerator with the same number, the value of fraction doesn't change. Right? So when in a fraction, whatever you multiply the denominator, the same value to multiply the numerator also, because that also gets changed. That is what from the previous diagram you understand. And same thing goes to division also. See, what did we understand? 1 by 2 is same as 4 by 8. How is it possible? 4 you divide with 4, 8 also you divide with 4, you get 1 by 2. That is why 4 by 2 and 4 by 8 and 1 by 2 become same. So both ways, in any fraction, you can multiply the numerator and denominator with the same number, value doesn't change. Divide both numerator and denominator with the same number, the value doesn't change. But if you do some operation only in numerator or only in denominator, the value will change. Now you understand why when you multiply a fraction with a number like 1 by 4 into 3, why are you only multiplying 1 into 3? Because if you multiply denominator also, value doesn't change. Numerator and denominator, if you multiply with same number, the value will not change. Note it down. This is a very important principle in fraction. Do the first one, a very simple one. 2 bread into 3 people. If you can do second one also, it is nice. So all of you can see what she did. So this is what 2 by 3? This is 2 by 3?
No, like, once again.
Yeah.
This is,
Ah.
this is like, once again. No. Like, this is 1 by 2.
Yeah.
And once again. And this is, once again, like 1 by 2.
So you should write it. So you should write it below. You should write it below that what you did is correct. That method is perfectly right. But you should write how much a person will get, add it, bring it into common division.
Yeah, first I showed it.
Yes.
1 by 6 and 1 by 2.
1 by 2 and 1 by 6. So how much each person will get then?
The person will get 3. Once again.
That you should calculate. Okay, show me the second method. Show me the second method. No problem. Show the second method. Show now itself the second.
Second method is easy.
Yeah, everyone will get. So everyone will get 2 1 by 3s, 2 by 3, right? That I am. Okay, that is easy. But the first one, do the calculation. Shumugun. Okay, Shumugun shows. What is this?
2 by 3.
This is 2 by 3. Where are 2 breads? There's only 1 bread. Shumugun says 1 bread I ate. The second bread I will give to other 3 people. So that is an easy solution. Yeah. Okay.
So this 1 by 6 can be like cutted. This 1 by 2 can be cutted like 1 by 6. So you would get 3 by 6.
Yeah.
So 3 by 6 plus 1 by 6 is
4 by 6. Very good. Do the second problem. Yeah, but this is only 1 bread. Where is the second bread? Just keep it slightly backside. Okay, 1 and 1 by 3. Just backside. Okay, 1 and 1 by 3. Yeah, but the second part of it, there's a small change. That second part, like you made it same as the first one. So that is 2 into 1 by 3. Actually speaking, see, we are telling we have 2 breads, right? All of you just have a look. We are telling we have 2 breads, right? So we want to give it to 3 people. So most of you, what you have done, easier way is to make 1 into 2, right? And make the second one also into 2. Yeah. So you have 3 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So you give 1 each, 1 by 2 to each person, right? So each person gets 1 1 by 2. But then you have one thing remaining. This half is remaining. So you want to give it to 3 people, right? So this you want to give it into 3 people. 1 and the second person. So 3. So what is that everyone will get? Everyone will get 1 1 by 2 and 1. What is the size of this one?
1 by 6.
1 by 6, right? So everyone will get 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6. So this is 1 by 6. 1, 2, 3 pieces, same 3 pieces here also, right? So now we can't add these two. So this is 1 by 6 and this is 1 by 2. So what we should do? We should see 1 by 2 means, 1 by 2 means, if you divide this 1 by 2 into the pieces of size by 6, what will be in size? You don't draw anything further. It is here itself. This is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 has how many pieces? 1, 2, 3 pieces, each of size 1 by 6. Is it not? So this 1 by 2 becomes 3 by 6 plus you have already have 1 by 6. So you have 3 1 by 6 plus 1 1 by 6. So you have 4 1 by 6 or 4 by 6. So he has given 5 by 6. You see what he has done? He made the first 3 into 1 by 2 1 by 2. So everyone will get 6 people will get half each. And then there are 2 pieces left. So each of it he made into 6 pieces. So how many pieces each one will get? This is brilliant, very nice. How many pieces each one will get, Havish? The calculation, can you show?
So they'll get 1/2 and 2 by 6.
So everyone will get 1 1 by 2 and then 2 1 by 6, right?
Yes, sir.
2 by 6. So did you add 1 by 2 plus 2 by 6?
Yeah, yes, sir.
5
by 6.
Yeah, so 1 by 2 becomes what? 1 by 2 becomes 3 by 6, right?
Yes, sir.
So just show the diagram again. See 1 by 2, see in this picture, 1 by 2 becomes 3 by 6. 1 by 2 means what? 1 by 2 is half. Half is how many pieces? 1, 2, 3 pieces of 1 by 6. That is 3 by 6. So everyone will get 1 1 by 2, which is 3 by 6, plus 2 1 by 6. So everyone will get 5 by 6.